If you have not gotten to that point where you can express divine life in your daily living, you will think that you are alive and well, but before God, you are no longer fulfilling design. If you've heard me teach before, I've told you many times that everything that God created in the beginning is still fulfilling its original design till now. The only of God's creation that has deviated from design is man. Only man has deviated from design. Only man. Man was originally designed to host God and give expression to him. This is why when you look at the way Jesus lived, Jesus was an epitome of the definition of man and humanity. Everywhere Jesus went, you will find that he brought to bear on the natural world the divine life at work on his inside. You touched Jesus, you touched God. You heard Jesus speak. God was like a sword piercing through your soul. Jesus operated in the visible realm like his Father operated in the invisible realm, because he had known how to maximize man's design. Man is supposed to be a tablet of testimony. God is supposed to write upon the tables of your heart, so that when you appear, when you walk, when you engage, when even in the bank, you can be a beacon of hope to a lost world. Even on an oil rig, you can be a light in a dark place. Even in a classroom as a teacher, you can be the voice of one crying in the wilderness. No mortal man has capacity to be neutral. If you are not bearing accurate witness, you will be a negative witness. There's no possibility for you to assume a state of neutrality, to say, if I do not mirror God correctly, then I am neutral. No, no, no. Satan will take advantage of the fact that you have not disciplined yourself and you have not committed to accurate living. He will take advantage of it to make you the beacon of his changed light. He will take advantage of it to make you a caricature of God's original design. So you will bear the name of child of God, but your life will witness for Satan. God spoke, he said, you have profaned my name. My name has become a ridicule. A ridicule in the midst of nations. All the nations where you went into, all the places where you went into, everybody that saw you were supposed to be able to identify with a God who is invisible. When they came in contact with you, they should have been able to see that this God of the Israelites is not like the God that we serve. But the people who went into those nations, they didn't have capacity to mirror God. And rather than stand for the true God, they joined the nations in idolatry and adultery. Up to the level that the God whom they were supposed to be representing was now a lost entity in such nations. If you have not learned to live deliberately, you will be in the bank, you will be in the classroom, you will be a student, you will be a teacher, you will be a businessman, and yet it is Satan that is taking glory from your life. Because you cannot be neutral. If your life does not witness God, you see, as believers, our lives are supposed to be shouting Jesus. People who live around you should know that there is something that has overshadowed you. That this girl does not talk anyhow. She doesn't laugh at stupid jokes. It's not that she doesn't like to laugh. Her life has been conditioned that even in her laughing, Jesus should be glorified. Her life has been conditioned, even in her eating, Jesus should be glorified. So if she's in a place, it's not something she's trying to mimic. It's not mechanical. It is the fact that divine life sits upon her. And she knows that she can become the difference between a man knowing God and a man serving Satan. This is why I do not believe that you need to teach a Christian how to dress. A Christian who knows that my life is to bear witness knows that you cannot be walking on the street with your breast everywhere. You don't need to come to the pulpit and tell people that there's a dress, because even the Bible does not have a dress code. If you are careful student of the Bible, you will know that I'm not a bad man. That's the truth. The emphasis in scripture is modesty. Because if indeed you have made contact with divine life, that life will condition the things you love. Oh, young lady, how is it that you speak in tongues and Tiwa Savage is your mentor? How did you get to that point? That at this time of your life, the one who mentors your dressing, that when you want to go and sew from the tailor, the style that you saw came from the belly of the beast. How is it? How is it that fellowship now exists between light and darkness? How did you get there? How did you arrive at that place that the very things that the world chases after still has a dwelling place within your soul? How did you get there? How did you become such an instrument that it is by your own living that Satan is now celebrating territories that he has conquered?